What do you get when a London-raised American South African and a New York-raised Moroccan
meet on the interwebs and become instant soul sisters? One of them, an Ayurvedic practitioner and transformation coach, and the other, a Conspire breathwork coach and Reiki master teacher. Both obsessed with wellness, family, entrepreneurship, relationships, and the magic of human expansion and growth. You get a whole convo.
We truly believe that with an open heart, focused mind, and energy receptive to the possibilities, your wellness journey can guide you to a life that exceeds your wildest dreams.
Welcome to our podcast. We're Ella and Iman, and we are so happy you're here. Come vibe with us as we explore the wholeness of being through the lens of wellness.
Welcome to A Whole Convo with Ella and Iman. How you doing, darling?
I'm doing well, Ella. How are you?
I am good.
You?
I'm good. I'm so good. I'm excited about this because this is your inspired title for this episode.
Super excited.
So I'm excited to see where it gets us. Let me get the correct title for this episode. Being in the present when the future is already here.
Ooh.
That's like mind bending.
We are immersed as a society, especially I think in the last 6 months to a year, in the world of technology, in the world of AI, in the world of Chat GPT, all the things. And so and I reflect on it a lot because I think it's for me, I'm fascinated by new things and invention and the way the human mind can create all these technologies and tools and modalities that we as a human species can utilize, right? For our advancement, for the betterment of everything. But with every great thing can come with it consequences, can come with it, destruction, can come with it confusion, can come with it a lot of things, obviously, right? And so for me, I'm excited to just dive in today's episode and kind of speak about like how can we really curate a life, and not only in our personal life but also in our business, because we're both entrepreneurs, business professionals. We have our practices, we have our clients, we have all the things and the tools and the gadgets to help obviously propel our practices and businesses forward, to help guide even more people and really impact the world. So these tools and AI and the quote unquote future that I feel is already here, while it helps us do a lot, can it take us away from the essence of what life is really about? Being in the present, remembering what the root and the importance of the things are in life. So that's how I thought about it. That's what I think a lot about. And so I wanted to dive in with you on this.
Do you know, it's so interesting hearing that's where your thought process was going, because mine was going in a completely different direction.
I love that. Tell me where
Completely different direction. Well, I want to start off by saying I know so many people are talking about AI and using things like Chat GPT. I've not used any of that stuff at all. So I couldn't speak in terms of my own personal experience. And yet there's so much conversation around it. That's interesting, I want to understand where people, because there's a lot of ethical issues around it, isn't there? And
Totally.
and there's a lot of technological advancement that is fantastic and wonderful, and then there is also the potentially darker side of misuse. So let's park that
Right.
there. So I do find it very interesting.
Let's put that in a little cute corner and
Over
we'll
here.
get back to it.
And my idea
I'm so excited to hear yours, but now that you said that it was in the same, I think I know and I love it.
My idea is all about like the life that we are creating and where we are in terms of understanding our presence with this. Are we future casting? Are we caught up in the future? Our potential in the present to jump timelines which alter our experience of the future. That's where my head was at when I saw this.
I love that even more. This is going to be a whole convo times 2.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
let's talk about that one first.
okay.
A lot of people talk about being in the present, right? And being in the present and having awareness of like what's happening, being in gratitude of what is right now, the power of now. All we have is now, and it is 100% valid. But it is also really crazy and unrealistic and never going to happen. Why? Because we are a human mind. Like we're always going to think about the future. We're not robots. We can't
Oh,
say, I'm not going to think about the future. It's the way we are being
I
in the present.
I think that's so interesting because I don't necessarily see that as my experience of people. And I say that because some people, particularly in the way that we live now, we are moving very fast. A lot of people are concerned with the future and not really experiencing their lives at this moment. And yet I see so many people in the past living from a space of the past. So I wouldn't say that that presence or lack of presence only goes forward. I
I
see and
didn't say that.
experience.
I'm
Oh
just
no,
saying,
because
because
you
we're
said
talking about the future.
okay, so I'm just like saying that the idea of presence, yeah, I still feel like it really depends what's going on a deeper nervous system experience. And I say this because I used to be somebody who was having a lot of fear about the future, being caught up in what was coming up next, and fear about being able to handle that. And there's my shift away from that and being here and being present. I couldn't even, Iman, I couldn't even tell you the difference. It's so profound.
So maybe you misunderstood what I was saying.
Okay.
I'm saying the topic of being present when the future is already here. The future is our present when we're in that timeline. So from an emotional, energetic space, 100%. And I experience that all the time. Being present and not living in the future, especially if it's coming from a place of fear and scarcity. So what's going to happen next week? So the future is now in the present moment, making me feel depleted, disempowered. Yeah, like I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is having the thought of a future with desire is not a bad thing.
As opposed to
It's almost like saying, I don't want to evolve. Isn't evolution in the future like by being present and by having the energetic and emotional aptitude and capability of really digging deep and being inward while you're in
intentionally,
yeah,
yes.
intentionally does actually make you a better evolved person, which is it.
A
So
present activity.
exactly. So that's what I was saying.
Got you. Got you. Absolutely, because we never, well.
Okay, you were gonna say we never, then you're like, wait,
Well, because technically it's all happening at the same time.
exactly.
It's all happening right here, right now.
And that's what I thought when you said about your idea.
No,
Exactly.
it was just you threw me when you said
Okay.
you threw me when you said that our human brains can never not think about the future, and I'm like, well, I I, I feel like if we can be
We're in the
present,
present. Yeah,
we
yeah.
can
No,
be
no,
here.
Avi,
Yeah.
Avi. I
Well,
meant like
it's good to clarify these things.
did because maybe some of our listeners and people watching were like, wait, that doesn't, doesn't track. But what you're saying right now is exciting because exactly is like, have we already got it?
Is this
Is it
already recorded?
already?
Is this already recorded? Have we already completed it? Is someone already listening and
Have
we
you
think we're
done this
talking right
podcast?
now?
Not everything is meant for us to understand. Not
Harshly.
everything is meant for us to know and understand in this lifetime, in this universe, but I will tell you my spirit, my essence, my mentality, my energetic says yes, it's already happened. Everything has already happened. We are already, it's like, and I know a lot of people talk about it in, using certain language and the quantum field and the universe and the frequency and the vibration is already there. You just have to align. And yeah, there's so much truth to that. And I wholeheartedly like do believe in that kind of thought process because it's a very empowering thought process and I'm all about that. But when I just think about the things that we may not know, even if we don't understand the quantum field or we don't understand exactly what that means and manifestation, I feel like there's so much we don't know. And
Mm.
it's such a beautiful thought to be like, it could be possible. All of this has already happened.
And it was amazing.
It was amazing. And you were also thrown off by what I said.
Exactly. And that's the deliciousness of when I guess if I rephrase what you were saying to in the meaning of everything we do in this present moment is directly impacting and creating what the idea of the future is. It's already
Yeah.
here. It's happening simultaneously. So the idea that there is tomorrow, we all accept and buy into that. The sun's going to go down and it's going to rise again tomorrow. And if we don't take conscious, active responsibility and ownership of this right here, right now, we will feel it tomorrow. And it may
Mm.
be something little, it may be something subtle, and compounded over time, it looks like an outcome. We experience the effects of our carelessness,
It
or we
changes your future.
exact the timeline. We're
Yeah,
going on this trajectory, and suddenly we're over here, and that's happening
exactly.
right here and right now.
So in that, in you saying that, what only matters?
What only matters
The present,
right here, right
what
now.
we can do about it, because that's the power of being so present and creating what we desire because we don't want to be delusional. It's not about don't think about the future. The future is bad. Oh, that's what I meant. It's like, no, there's a juiciness and there's a magic in having a future. People say, look, what do you want in the future? What do you see for yourself in the future? What kind of future do I want for my partner and I? What kind of future do I want for my parents? Like,
Mm.
there's power in that. It's not about again, like demonizing the future, but the power exists in our now, in our time right now, because of how epic our future can be when we are in the present,
I'm making it so.
making it so.
Oh,
Whether it has already happened or not, whether it's already there or not.
100%. And like you say, it's so juicy because it means that there is something we can do about it versus that feeling. Because, this is something I've been guilty of. Guilty is not the right word. This is something that I've also experienced unconsciously without the awareness and understanding of deferring an experience until I have done X, Y, and Z. So, like that idea that the future is somewhere over there and we don't have any impact on it right here and now in this present moment. Oh, I will do that when I make this amount of money. Oh, I'll be happy when I have this relationship. I'll be happy when I've left and moved on from something. So we keep keeping that experience of creating intentionally
Yes.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
somewhere else. And then the minute we decide to say, actually, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be grateful, I'm going to celebrate in this present moment, we bring that with us to whatever future we're creating.
Ah, beautiful. Absolute art, Ella. You are. I love it. Now, I don't know if we should just continue on with the
Yes,
whole AI
yes,
stuff.
let's do it.
And it's not only AI and Chat GPT, because I have yet to use AI really. I'm very like intrigued by it, but it was never something that I was like, oh, like when it came out, I'm like, I need to learn this. I want that. Chat GPT, I use maybe once every 3 weeks as like a little virtual assistant. I'll plug in something and I'm like, wow, you did that in 2 seconds and it could have took me 3 hours. So obsessed recently with chat, like with that kind of technology, if you
Mhm,
will.
Hmm.
but it's not something that is like a main tool for me. I know some people like literally build their whole lives and business around it, and I'm like, wow, wow. But also the future's already here. Like people are freaking going to outer space. Like, like didn't they just have that mission with the women and all that's going on with like the like every I can't even say it in words. Like there are things where maybe just a few years ago we're like, there's no way.
Mm.
They're already happening.
Mm.
People are going to the moon like they're going to the grocery store. Like
And
what is
just I'm just
going
gonna go up to space, guys. Be back.
Be back. Don't wait up. Might hit Mars on the way back, but not sure yet.
It depends what's going on. Now, do you think that it's the idea of that not being really understood that it's happening right now is due partly to the fact that it's not permeated so much into everybody's everyday experience?
Yeah, 100%. Of course. Not everyone is yet impacted. But I will tell you this, as far as like the future goes, like cryptocurrency is one of them. I don't think there's anyone today. I mean, obviously it's possible because the world is vast and there are people who are living lives that are so far removed from the way we live life, right? Like here in
Mm,
the States or in the UK or most of Western societies. But most people have now at least heard of it, right?
mm, mm,
Most people, especially in the Western world, have at least heard of what it is. Maybe they don't understand it fully, but they heard of it.
mm-hmm.
Those same people who maybe heard about it 10, 15 years ago were like, that's a joke. It's stupid. Like it's not go like it's a scam, whatever. Not to say there weren't scams built around it. People were like, oh, this is something that's growing and people want. Let me create something. Anyway, that's a whole other
That's a
conversation.
whole convo.
But my whole point in saying that is there are people that maybe heard of it, devalued it, didn't think it was a thing, didn't think it was real, and now look at where we are. I personally always knew cryptocurrency was going to be a thing, and I was told by a lot of people like that makes no sense. That's a joke. And now it's like you can't deny but understand like that is a thing.
Mm.
And life has changed, laws have changed, countries have changed, people's lives. Like one of the people I work with, and even in the holistic field, literally just bought their condo because of crypto. They,
Did they do it because of the investment in crypto or through a crypto exchange?
from their,
Right, so because
yeah, so
because
they
this is
cashed out
yeah, right. So they
on their
use the
profit
investment
and
from
they
the
used the
crypto.
money. They changed their life. There was something that quote unquote felt like the too futuristic for some, right? They believed in it. They invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
They had a huge profit, was patient, left it alone, and now owns their home because of it.
They were
So
an early adopter.
they were an early adopter, exactly. So all that to say, AI, ChatGPT, flying to space, all these things that feel very futuristic, right? But they're
Mm,
all you can hear.
mm.
So that's where my thought process was going. Maybe because I'm like such a geek and I'm like such a nerd with these kind of things, but it's like seeing those things happen. Like when I look at it, I'm like, whoa, like it takes you so far. And sometimes you can feel like you said, if the people that don't really understand it, like, are they behind?
Mm.
Are they missing out? Like, is the future heading to a way where maybe I don't even want to be a part of it? I know this may seem dark, but it's like the way the world is changing is very fast.
It really is, and
Extremely fast.
technology does speed it up. And at the same time, I want to go back to what you said about there's places in the world where they may not have heard of crypto. There's places in the world where it's not really a feature. And you know what? Even people who have heard of crypto, it's not necessarily
True.
going to ever be a feature in our lives.
Yeah, and they're like our neighbor, like they're
Yeah,
my door neighbor. They don't have to be in Costa Rica for sure. Like they don't have to be in a country or living a life in which that doesn't impact them. It's not in there. Again, the power of the desire of a human being. It's not in my, I
it's
don't
not.
care. It's not in my desires and it doesn't impact me and it won't.
And so this is why I think it's like so juicy mentioning it, because it's like your affiliation with the fascination with it. And you said I'm a bit of a geek, so like I get really into these
Yeah.
things
So
and
for
being
me, it does
curious.
impact me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that, like, that big understanding, because I think crypto, the reason I asked if your friend actually traded in the crypto to buy the house, because this is, to me, what is an interesting thing. A lot of those ideas about crypto are built on the idea that crypto is a trading currency. And I wonder if it will ever get to that stage where crypto things, people are actually trading crypto to crypto versus, and this is me going off on a tangent, versus having crypto as an investment and then cashing out that investment. So that's just a whole
There
convo,
are people
complete
doing that
aside.
though.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Or
And
buying something with crypto directly versus cashing out on
yeah,
their.
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Trading crypto as opposed to going back to fiat currency because of
yeah,
the
that's
investment.
already happening too.
Yes, and I also think that there's, it's just such, to me, a great reminder of how where we look affects so much of what we believe about the
Mm,
world, and what we notice and see, and how it impacts and how it changes our perception. Because we could also look at it like a generational thing. Certain generations may not feel this impact of the so-called future,
right, right, right.
because of where they came into the world. And then when I look at babies and really young people, for me personally, for example, I only started to experience the internet when I was at university, and it was such an early point of the internet that it wasn't really informing my studies. And just in 5 years later, when I was teaching at the university, all of the students, everything was online, and it was such a
Sure.
huge
That's
shift
a
in
huge shift.
experience,
That's a huge shift.
massively, especially in an area like the law, because the law just takes forever to catch up with things. And then you have all these babies, technologies all around them, so they're much
They
faster at
I
using
know they can't
things.
live. That is their life. And I come from a generation where we didn't have social media growing up. There was no social media when I was in high school, you know? And even when it started getting bigger when I was in college, I was a late adopter to like social media. Like my friends and my, college teammates, one of my besties in college and my roommate who was on the track team, she was begging me to get on Facebook. She was like, Iman, what are you, why aren't you on it? Like
Get
that's,
with the times, girl.
and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want it. What do you mean make a profile and put my pictures up and share, And it's like now it's part of our business.
Like,
Now it's
here we
part,
are.
yeah, like look at me, share it on social media. Now I love, so, like of course I've had love and hate relationships with it throughout the years, but I share my life there. I share myself, my business, all the things, my services. It is such a powerful tool. You
Mm.
look back, like when I look at, college email, I was like, Facebook, please. So it is fascinating. And so now that we've actually kind of put it on the table that this is something not in your, sphere as it is for me in that sense. I do want to share something with the listeners who may be more like me in the sense of like they've always like maybe been into it or they're like learning about it more or they're even using some of it, but they feel like it's happening so fast. And it's, the things are moving so quickly and maybe they're not like as advanced as other people who are using it? Are they going to be left behind? All that. That's why I said, like, being in the present. For me, what helps me anyway, because I am such a geek when it comes to this. Like, I remember when I was reading white pages for hours. I actually,
What did
um,
you get from doing that?
I got wealth. I'll say one thing really quickly. There were times in my life where maybe it would have been a really bad situation. and we would have probably lived in the street. And my knowledge in crypto and my decision to invest got us out of that really dark
Nice.
thing. That's
Nice.
the one thing I will forever be grateful for. So my research, my understanding led me to invest in it actually very early. I was an early adopter as well, but I'm not one of those crypto millionaires, unfortunately, because I cashed out when there was an emergency. And it was huge.
At
So
that time for you.
at that time, for sure. And I'm not one to like, you know, be my like it is what it is. So grateful. But anyway, not to lose my train of thought, but thank you for asking that. The whole feeling of things are moving so fast, what brings me back is just that the word possibility.
Mm,
I get present and I look at all the power and possibility. It's just another possibility. It's not bad nor good. If I want, like you said, people who are focusing, if I want to focus on it, if I want to learn it, if I'm intrigued enough, myself will not allow myself to not do the homework
it's
and
that
the
one line.
it's the one line, you know? So, and then I do it, and then I get excited, and sometimes I learn something, and sometimes I start, just like with ChatGPT. In the beginning, I was like intrigued, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening so fast. And then more people were talking about, and then I tried it, and I experimented, and I learned a little, and now it's helping so much with things
Mm,
that I could do it. It's not like drastically freaking changing my life, like, you know, but 100% it's helping, right? It's
mm,
bringing, so. I say that to say this. While the world may feel like it's moving so fast, especially for those who are into this thing and they're aware of the technology and the AI and all the things, it's just looking at all these things as possibilities.
mm,
Intrigued enough, if we're curious enough, we'll learn, it'll impact us or it won't impact us. And to kind of take it from that place of just like, let me be present. Is it the right time? Do I want to learn right now? Again, bringing ourselves back to what the first conversation in this present was when we got mixed up. Being in the awareness of what is now.
mm.
What do I want to do right now? Who do I want to be right now? What do I want to learn right this second? And if it makes me feel good, and if it's, I know that again, it'll elevate me for the future, then I'm down for it. Otherwise, like it doesn't matter. Just like for those people who at this present moment, they're not learning about it because it doesn't matter for them in the present moment.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Love it.
That's where I was at, and I feel good in that we shared both. I'm
L-
so happy
Just
you
the
had a
perfection.
different understanding of that title when I sent it to you. And I love that we do these episodes like this because I get so excited about your thoughts and what you're going to say and where your mind is at. And that's the beauty about doing these episodes like this with you, Ella. So I love it.
It really goes on, and so I'm so excited I can't get the words out. It really is beautiful. It's perfect, and it's also we got 2 for 1 here, and there's so many places that my mind is going as you're saying
Love
these
me a
things
two for
about
one.
early adopters, all the things. But that's a whole
Yeah,
convo.
that's,
We're gonna leave it here.
I
In
love
my
this completion.
it's just been excitedly, unexpectedly, even more perfect. And on that, we had a conversation before we started recording today about how when things are going on in life and we get caught up, we don't even realize how things can turn out in a way that we can't even imagine. That's way better than we can even imagine. So I feel like this episode is a perfect example of that as well.
It really is. It's the perfect example. I love it. Oh, thank you so much,
You've got
everyone
to have
for
hearts for that.
listening. For those who are watching, it's been a whole convo with Ella and Iman.
Until next time.
That is a wrap on this week's convo. We had a blast talking to you.
Thank you for sharing your time, hearts, and minds with us.
We hope this episode left you thinking, feeling, and maybe even breathing a little deeper. If it moved something in you, please share it, text it to a friend, or just sit with it.
Remember, the power of change can start with the simplest convo.
And if you have any comments or thoughts you'd like to share with us, please feel free to do so. We'd love to connect with you. Don't forget to subscribe to our show so you never miss a moment of the magic. And if you're curious about any of our services and offerings, check out the show notes for all the links and goodies. We're so grateful you're on this journey with us. Until next time,
Stay rooted, stay whole.